Disinformation never stops, and neither do we. Welcome to StopFake, the place where we dissect disinformation and set the record straight on fakes about Ukraine. I'm Marko Suprun, and this week we look at the following fakes. European gas costs Ukraine 4 times more than Russian gas. Ukraine buys locomotives from failing American company, and Ukrainians are saving for their pensions in Poland. So let's get to the details. After the Stockholm Arbitration Court ordered Russia's Gazprom gas company to pay more than $2.5 billion to Ukrainian energy firm Naftogaz for having underused the Ukrainian transit system to deliver gas to Europe, the pro-Kremlin internet newspaper Ukraina.ru featured a story claiming that Ukraine was buying natural gas from Europe at 4 times the price it would pay for Russian gas. According to Pegas, the central gas trading platform of the European Energy Exchange Group, natural gas reached a peak on the German natural gas hub NCG on March the 2nd, when the price reached 54.4 euros or $66.95 per 100 cubic meters of gas. The price of gas, which Gazprom was supposed to sell in Ukraine, is $23.85 per 100 cubic meters. This means European gas is 2.5 times more expensive, not 4. On March the 2nd, Naftogaz signed an agreement for 60 million cubic meters of gas with the Polish company PGNiG, paying roughly 35% more than it would have to pay for Russian gas. According to Naftogaz business director Yuri Vitrenko, Gazprom violated its contract with Kyiv and during the coldest days of this winter and did not deliver gas to Ukraine despite submitting a bill for March, which Ukraine paid in full. Ukraine compensated for this with gas from Europe and intends to cover the difference in price with compensation from Gazprom. Now, according to the Stockholm Arbitration Court decision, Naftogaz has to purchase 4 to 5 billion cubic meters annually from Gazprom before the end of the contract in 2019. The Russian gas price is lower than the average European on the spot market price. In February, Naftogaz paid Gazprom in advance for March deliveries, but after the Stockholm Arbitration Court decision on February the 28th, Gazprom returned the money and refused to comply with previous agreements on the resumption of supplies. Russian propaganda site Ukraina.ru ran a story last week claiming that Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko was saving a sinking American company, General Electric, by purchasing the company's locomotives. Ukraina.ru cites an Interfax story as their source. Interfax, in turn, claims that Bloomberg has reported on the rapidly falling share price of GE stock. It's impossible to verify Ukraina.ru sources as there are no links to any Interfax or Bloomberg stories. Now, while GE is experiencing problems and the stock prices have been in decline for a year, the company is far from sinking. A new board and a restructuring plan seek to make the company focused while maximizing value for its shareholders. Last week, GE's shares rose 5.8%, so Ukraina.ru's claim that the company is facing an imminent demise is rather premature. Citing unnamed experts, Ukraina.ru also claims that Kyiv is overpaying for the locomotives and could purchase analogous but cheaper ones from a plant in Kazakhstan. 50% of the company Kazakhstan Temirzhole is owned by the Russian concern Transmash Holding. The Russian company has been under Ukrainian sanctions since October 2016. Kyiv insisted that the Kazakh company be excluded from the deal. Under the Ukraine-GE agreement, the locomotives will be produced at GE's Erie, Pennsylvania plant. Ukraina.ru further claims that by signing a contract with GE, with the full support of its president, Ukraine is depriving its own high-tech industry of growth and development by buying directly from American companies. Now, this is not the first time that Ukraine has cooperated with foreign companies in producing locomotives. In the early 2000s, Siemens, together with the Dnipropetrovsk electro-locomotive plant, launched the joint production of 18 electric locomotives considered to be the most modern of its kind in the post-Soviet space. According to Ukraine's state rail company Ukrzaliznytsia, of the some 1,000 locomotives in the company's park, 70% are electric, 30% are diesel. Looking to expand its diesel locomotive capacity, Ukrzaliznytsia concluded that other than General Electric, no other company could provide the quality and quantity of diesel locomotives in the time frame required by Ukraine. The Ukrzaliznytsia GE billion-dollar contract is for 225 Evolution Series diesel locomotives to be completed by 2034. The contract also calls for long-term maintenance of the same locomotives. Russian propaganda site Ukraina.ru claims that 100,000 Ukrainians leave their country every month to work in the West. Without citing any sources or explaining what facts these claims are based on, Ukraina.ru avows that more and more Ukrainians are earning their pensions in Poland rather than their home country. According to the Ukrainian Economic Development and Trade Ministry and Ukraine State Border Service, in the first 6 months of 2017, 750,000 fewer Ukrainians left Ukraine for Poland than during the same period in 2016. The latest December 2017 report compiled by the Ukrainian State Statistics Service, which tracks demographic and economic data, indicates that in 2015 through 2017, 1.3 million Ukrainians worked abroad. This is only 100,000 more than during the period between 2010 and 2012. Ukraine State Border Service reports that in 2017, 650,000 more Ukrainians entered EU countries than in 2016. That's it for this week. For more dissected fakes as well as information on how to spot them, visit our website, StopFake.org. Also, check out our list of the 10 most absurd fakes about Ukraine. I'm sure you'll enjoy them. Be vigilant, respect your mind, and don't consume fakes. If you spot any disinformation about Ukraine, send it to us for a truth autopsy. I'm Marko Suprun, and this is StopFake. Thanks for watching.